Hi everybody, Happy New Year. I want to talk a little bit about fear today, fears that we might have. And I love to start a new year with kind of a goal in mind. And this year I have decided to do more video. And it's not, doing video is not real comfortable for me, and I have a bit of a fear about it. Writing is much more easy for me. Writing out my thoughts, because I can go back and edit and, do all that great stuff. But when you do video, you are on. And it's a little bit harder for me because I wonder if I'm going to lose my train of thought, which I probably will. And I want to get that all out of the way so that you know that I know that that's what's happening. Anyway, I do want to connect more with you guys face to face, and that is my intention. And so I will be doing more videos, and I'm sure that as I do them, I will get more and more comfortable with them. So I have my little notes right here in case I need to look down to see what it is I'm saying. But I think this is going to be the year, I know that there's many of you too that have fears, and I would like this to be the year that we just kick that to the curb and begin to have some confidence in ourselves. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You're going to see more videos of me in the newsletter, and maybe in the group too, and on YouTube. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my own story, and some of you have heard it, and maybe you haven't, but I heard a voice as a young kid. I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, and I always loved doing any kind of creative thing. I always loved doing art, or a lot of times I would just get paper and glue paper together and create that way. I didn't have a lot of art supplies or anything growing up, so I would just take whatever was there. And I loved it. I knew that I loved that, and I loved to draw, and I could draw. So that I did have that talent, if you want to call it that. But I was young. I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I heard a voice that said, "You are going to be an artist." And I just felt so much joy when I heard that, and I didn't know where it was coming from, because it definitely was not, I wasn't saying it to myself. I heard it in my inside. So I was a child, okay? So I grew up, and I never let go of how that felt. I never forgot that. And it stayed as a kind of goal inside of me that one day I was going to be an artist. Well, I was already an artist. That little girl was an artist. And I want to encourage you guys today that if you have a desire to be an artist, or you were a creative child, you are an artist. You already are. It's just that it kind of gets pushed aside in adulthood, and we forget that that was who we were. So I just hope that that's an encouragement today for you. And if you still have some fears around that, well, am I really an artist? I'm just a baby artist, or I haven't sold, so I'm not an artist, or I'm still not good at it. Hey, let me tell you, do you think I was good at it when I was 7 or 8 years old? I wasn't good at it. I was pretty good at drawing, I'll say that. I'll give myself that. But I understood how you draw, how your right brain can make you draw. I understood how to get over into my right side. And so therefore I could draw. That just was innate in me. But as I went on, I realized, so here I get the word that I'm an artist. As I grew up and went on in life, I could not paint. I couldn't paint. So I started taking lessons, and I started that. I really had that burning desire to do it all, to be an artist, to draw, to paint, to sell, to have a business of art, all of it. I wanted all of it. And so I started taking some classes and things, and I right away knew I wasn't very good at it. So, although I could still draw, I could draw people, I could draw faces, and I was good at that. But that's not what I wanted to do. So I continued my journey, and I knew one day I would get my chance. I was working in the beauty industry. I was a hairdresser for 40 years, and what I could do for people is I could simplify. I could create a design for them with their hair, and then I could simplify it so that they could go home and reproduce the hairstyle that I did for them. And I taught them, and I taught them, and I taught them how to do this. And I got better and better at it, and I got more and more clients. This is why I don't like to do video, because I always cry. So anyway, oh gosh, you guys. I created a great business for myself for those 40 years. So, So now I got the chance. You know, I have the time and the resources now at 65 years old to go ahead and create another career, which is art. And so, but there are fears that come along, and the fear of doing video. Doing video is real. So, but I'm going to put it out there, and I just want you guys to know that, especially in Simplify, if you're in Simplify Your Life, Simplify Your Art, I want you to know that you are not alone in your fears. And even though I no longer have the fear of a blank canvas, this fear of not doing video has held me back. It's been 2 years since I started Simplify, maybe a little bit over 2 years. And I'm tired of having fear around that issue. So it's January 1st, and it's going to be a good year. And I want you to know that you are an artist. If you have joined my group, if you are in any of my courses, if you watch my videos, you are an artist. So, and all of us, no matter what stage or what stage in the path that we're on, there's always going to be somebody that looks better on video, that their art looks better. And there are always going to be those people, because we continue to get better and better no matter what stage you're at. So I just hope that this is a bit of an encouragement to you, and I'm sorry for the tears, but it's very, it's really, I don't even know the word for it. It's just so precious to me, what we go through as artists, and the fears that we face. And that's a lot of it, because I was fearful when I was a new hairdresser. I had fears, and I pushed through them. And I look back now, and the people that stayed with me and came to me, trusted me with their hair and their lives. I look back and realize that I was loved. So I want you guys to know that you are loved, and that it's okay to have fear. And yikes, this is going to go out into YouTube. So what I think will happen in the future with me is that I will probably tear up less and less, but I'm going to do this thing. So I want you to come along with me and face your fears and put them in the comments. Let's do this. 2023 is going to be big.